Come on, folks, it's time to let it all go. Let go of it, release it now. What am I talking about? Listen on to find out.
Manifest mindset with me.
Hello and welcome to Manifest Mindset by Affirm Afform Attract. Your place to come to when you need tips and advice when manifesting. We are an affirmation channel and you can find all our affirmation videos on YouTube. Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome to Manifest Mindset by Affirm Afform Attract. On this podcast, I'm going to be talking about holding on to triggered energy. What is this now? Manifest Mindset. What are we talking about now? Well, I'm talking about those days and times when something happens and you go off. Someone's cut you off in traffic. You can't find something. Someone has said something to you that's pretty minor. And you take that situation and you blow it up. Now, we all know, depending on our mood at the time when something happens, we can just be like, whatever, it's not that deep. Or we can just be a little bit, gosh, that was annoying, and we can let it go. And there are times where not only do we go on about it at that moment, we will go on about it for the next hour or two. And then every time we speak to someone, we start telling our friends about it. And we just kind of make it bigger than what it really needs to be. Now, the problem with doing something like that is, think of it as your spirit or your body is a bank. And it has all different boxes that you can put into your body, into your spirit: happiness, sadness, whatever. And imagine that there's a box of triggered memories, triggered feelings. And every time you get triggered by something, it stores all that energy. And when it is full, something will happen in the future, down the line, and it could be the most smallest of small things. And then you can just blow up. And all that stored energy that you've built up over time has gone into one big volcanic explosion. That's one aspect of it. Another aspect of it is the fact that when you start storing all this energy, imagine that energy leaking out into small bits. So, for example, you want to start saving for a rainy day, a car, a house. But all of a sudden, these unexpected bills keep coming. Your hours have been cut. Or just things just keep happening that prevent you from saving that money for a rainy day. And then what happens with all that stored negative energy that you've had, it ends up leaking out into reality, and you start seeing everything from a negative perspective. And then you're like, oh, of course this is going to happen to me. Like, why wouldn't it happen to me? Oh, things never work out. And then as you mouth and preach, and basically you cast spells on yourself with negative energy, and then you get more negative outcomes, and then it just ends up being a complete and utter mess. And the problem with this is that we end up building a negative narrative about our lives. Like I just said before, things never work out for me. Why do things like this always happen to me? Why can't I have it good like other people? And like everything else in life, you have to be mindful and disciplined into controlling the way you act and the way you think in life. Because what happens, eventually you just keep coming up into the same place. a different problem but the same result, not getting what you want or not being where you want to be, or at least you expected to be by a certain time, whereas you expect to have been married by now, or you expect to have had a home by now, or traveling by now, or your business is booming by now, anything. Because what happens is every time you let something trigger us, like I said, it stalls everything up, and all these emotions get pent up, and we don't realize that it's done it, because we have happy moments, we've had joyous moments, we watch a film or a TV series that makes us laugh, our friends, our family make us laugh, that child that's made you laugh. So we have all these experiences, so it kind of, you forget about it, but in reality it's just stored up and it just hasn't represented itself to you. I mean, think of it this way. Imagine when you're going about your day and you drop your pencil. No big deal. You've dropped the pencil on the floor, but you explode. I mean, come on. Most of us have done that. And we just go into one and we just start reckoning up all the things that hasn't gone right in our lives, all the things that we're struggling with, and it all kind of just bursts out simply because we dropped a pencil. And we know that was absolutely nothing to get heated about. But what it is, the pencil dropping was almost like the mechanism, the trigger button that kind of just opened that box that's inside of you, and it let out all this negative and triggered energy, and you just go off. And we usually sometimes do that when we're having a bad day and we go off at someone or we snap at people. We don't mean it, but it just happens because they've caught us at the wrong moment. And even if they say something positive, if you're feeling really negative, you will snap. Or if they say something silly or whatever, and it's not a nice experience being the one doing it to that person. And obviously it's not nice for that person to experience. So it's important that we practice consciously and be mindful of things when they happen. Now, I don't know if I said this on the podcast, I might have done, but there was a time I made myself a challenge, and I challenged myself to not complain for 1 week. And I had the most amazing week. I didn't win the lottery. I didn't drop 50 pounds in weight. I didn't, nothing amazing happened in the sense of productiveness or seeing something, but my whole mood shifted gears. My whole being shifted. Now, I haven't done this challenge. I've tried to do the challenge and I've kind of failed. I think part of me, I've got so many things I'm trying to do as well. I forget, which sounds dumb, but sometimes I do forget. But it was a challenge that I said to myself, this is really good practice. It's like an exercise. And if you want to practice self-calm, have more peace within you, if you challenge yourself for 7 days, no more than 7 days, to not moan or complain, no matter, it doesn't even matter if someone is triggered you, it doesn't matter if you get that letter through the post, it doesn't matter if you've been dealing with a situation and you've got stupid, obnoxious, imbecile people on the other end that you have to deal with. If you just say, okay, cool, this is a response, this is what I need to deal with, and you just literally take everything in your stride and you deal with it, I will guarantee you 100% that you will come out of that 7 days feeling like a new person. And I could only challenge myself for 7 days, from day 8, maybe from day 8, 9, I still practice it a bit, but afterwards you kind of forget and then you go back into bad habits. It's bad habits that keep us where we don't really want to be. Through not practicing gratitude, through being triggered so easily, building up that pent up energy, not focusing solely on what we want to achieve in life. We spend a lot of time focusing on why hasn't it happened yet? Why me? I've done that. I do that sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. I do that sometimes. I sit there and I get stuck and I just think, I don't get it. I don't get why Everything is taking so long. My hard work doesn't seem to be paying off. My consistency, my persistency, it just doesn't work. And then I have to rein myself in and say, you know what, everything's working out. Everything is absolutely working out for me. Everything is good. It is good. It is fine. And with that, it is a conscious act that you have to practice to do every day. Unfortunately, it doesn't come automatic overnight. You do have to put into a lot of discipline and focus when you want to achieve something in life, especially when you want to put things in place to help you achieve that. So, for example, like I said, if you say to yourself, for 7 days, I'm not going to complain, you have to look at it as though, say, right, I'm going to do 10 push-ups every single day or 20 squats every single day. Think of it as an exercise. And regardless whether you feel like doing it or not, the goal is that you are going to do it. So, for example, you want to go to work and you don't want to take the bus or the train. If you don't drive and there's no one who drives to work that is near you, you have to do it whether you feel like it or not. Or the other option is you just don't go to work and you don't get paid. But that's how it works in life. When you want to manifest the things that you want in life, sometimes it's more than just affirming it into existence and visualizing it into existence. Those things can happen, and they can happen very easily for some. But there are those of us who are seemingly stuck into a treadmill of the same thoughts and actions, and we're struggling to jump off it and do something new. And it's just a habit. It really is. So it will help if you write down as part of your routine. Even if you don't have a routine, make this a routine. Right, for 7 days from this day forward, I am not going to complain. I'm not going to moan. Or for 7 days forward, I'm going to make sure every single day I only focus on what I want to achieve and not focus on the things that haven't happened yet. Write it down, set a deadline, even write it, script it if you like, and this is what you're going to do. Now, the hard bit is this. Well, there's a few hard bits. But one of them is, I don't know about you, but with me, sometimes what used to happen, it still happens, that if I pray to God, or I make a decision and I pull myself up, literally, I say, listen, stop messing around, stop feeling sorry for yourself, stop moaning and whining, get your act together and get on with it. I always have a habit that 9 times out of 10, every single time I say that, something happens negatively. Just it could be anything. It could be small. It's never really massive. It's never really massive, but it's something always. It's like a force is there to make sure I stay put, stay in my negativity, stay in my my lack, and stay in my lack of focus and thinking of abundance and thinking of success. And when those times happen, sometimes I just bulldoze through and I don't put too much thought of it. I'm like, I don't care. This is not going to upset me. And the moment I say that, 9 times out of 10, I just walk through it like it's bubbles, like it's nothing. And because I've put that energy, like, no, not today. You're not going to upset me today. You're not going to distract me today. Sometimes other little things might try and come along to really rein you in. But as long as you keep that focus and you keep going, you can do it. So what you have to do is anything that you do in life, especially if it's an exercise, especially something new, especially when you want to push yourself forward, just be aware there may be things that will come within an instant, a minute, an hour that will just trigger you. And if you are ready, feeling like you're at rock bottom, you're just going to throw your hands up in your hands and say, what's the point? I give up. Because every time I try, something always tries to hold me back. But what I'm going to say to you today, stand firm and stand strong. Just, if you're trying to do something and things are just really trying to stop you, I can do it. I can always do it. Things are always working out for me. Things will continually work out for me. I can do this. Just say quick affirmations and focus on the task at hand. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to leave you with some affirmations that you can listen to. And you will find some of these affirmations on my YouTube channel. So make sure you check that out. Or you can go onto my Spotify. No, not my Spotify. Oh, for music, for nice quiet music, meditation music, you can check out my Spotify, Affirm Afform Attract. I've got some lovely tracks on there. So if you want to write your affirmations and you just want to say them out loud or in your head, and you can say it to those beautiful tunes. So anyway, I'm going to leave you and say thank you so much for listening, and just continue to listen for these affirmations, and I will catch you next time. Life is always working out for me. I no longer allow myself to be triggered. I easily overcome obstacles in my life. My life is a journey of success. I am achieving all that I want. Life continues to be good to me. I am truly connected to abundance and success. I allow positive changes into my life. I continue to only focus on the things that I want out of my life. I easily allow unexpected negative outcomes to pass through. I can overcome anything that comes my way. Good things happen to me and for me all the time. My attention only goes on what I want to achieve. Life is always working out for me. I no longer allow myself to be triggered. I easily overcome obstacles in my life. My life is a journey of success. I am achieving all that I want. Life continues to be good to me. I am truly connected to abundance and success. I allow positive changes into my life. I continue to only focus on the things that I want out of my life. I easily allow unexpected negative outcomes to pass through. I can overcome anything that comes my way. Good things happen to me and for me all the time. My attention only goes on what I want to achieve. Life is always working out for me. I no longer allow myself to be triggered. I easily overcome obstacles in my life. My life is a journey of success. I am achieving all that I want. Life continues to be good to me. I am truly connected to abundance and success. I allow positive changes into my life. I continue to only focus on the things that I want out of my life. I easily allow unexpected negative outcomes to pass through. I can overcome anything that comes my way. Good things happen to me and for me all the time. My attention only goes on what I want to achieve.